been sent away, not a thing to say. I'm banished from the fold. I'm a fallen angel who's lost his wings and left out in the cold. Ooh, LA Connection.
Great band. Ronnie James Dio and Richie Blackmore and Rainbow. Cool band, great song. LA Connection. As days go by, you know, I'm constantly thinking about LA. When I was in Hollywood for 12 years, I hated it. I didn't do much, didn't go many places. I just worked. And, you know, the old saying, when you got something, you never know what you got till it's gone. I miss doing entertainment. I miss working with actual people that have a sense of humor, you know, doing artist stuff. Little crap, medium crap, and semi-medium crap, and some big artistic stuff. You know, lots of, you know, little dreams, but it's fun. Or it was fun, and I miss it. But hey, it was the first couple of years I was in Hollywood, looking to get into show business. I was still auditioning for bands, getting nowhere. And bingo, I end up doing a gig, casting call, as an extra, and I'm in the desert with Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi. And now Sam Raimi is the biggest director in the world. Army of Darkness was one of the more funner things I'd ever done in my life, and in, obviously, Hollywood. And extra work can be fun. It's summer camp for adults. Thanks to working on that movie, I got to become best friends with Bruce Campbell. That chainsaw, shotgun welding psycho. Bruce, the killer. Bruce Campbell, totally cool guy, nice guy. Spent many days in the desert with him, asking him questions. Had the pleasure of working with Gene Simmons one day. It's like, you know, you're like heroes to me, and so I called Gene Simmons sir, and he snapped on me. He instantly started yelling at me, calling me a fucking asshole, using Hollywood terms on him, and how dare I fucking talk to him that way, and it just blew my mind. You know, and he spent an hour and 20 minutes for a Swedish Finnish One interview talking about how to lure a goat into a motel room or a hotel room with a piece of sugar so you could fuck the goat. I mean, he deliberately seemed to want to destroy the interview, talking about his tales of luring a goat into a hotel room so he could have sex with it. Pretty bizarre, you know? Oh yeah, I actually got to meet Ronnie James Dio, doing a shoot in Hollywood, right downtown Hollywood Boulevard. Some rock show that never got off the ground. The director's snorting coke in the back room. Tweaked out guy. I'm working for the technical director who's directing the whole thing. I'm one of the cameramen. And we're shooting Ronnie James Dio, Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead, Don Dokken, a couple other European bands. You know, pretty cool gig. Made a few $100. And I'm standing there in between takes talking to Lemmy from Motorhead, and I mentioned that, Jesus, too bad his albums don't sell like they should. I mean, I meant it as an ass-backwards compliment, but man, have you ever seen a rock star flip out? He went insane, started yelling at me, screaming at me, what the fuck are you talking about? My albums sell, I'll have you know my albums chart in college stations around the world and blah, 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 and he's screaming at me, and I'm just out of my mind. I just meant it as a compliment. So he snapped, and he's screaming at me, and lo and behold, Ronnie James Dio walks over and starts to save my ass. Oh no, Lemmy, I don't think he meant it that way. Geez, Lemmy, there's a bar over there, and you can get some whiskey, and next thing you know, Lemmy goes off to the bar to get some drink, and I'm standing next to Ronnie James Dio, who just saved my ass from being kicked by Lemmy from Motorhead, and I'm like, Jesus, you know, I don't know even what to say. Do I call you Mr. Dio? Call me Ronnie. And, you know, which of course, you know, well, what the hell? I feel like an idiot. I meant to give him a compliment. I like his music, and I think he's worked hard, and I just meant it as a compliment. Ended up working with Penelope Spheris, the cool chick that made The Decline and Fall of Western Civilization Part 2. I mean, totally cool chick, like a hippie chick, a total bohemian, just balls out, cool human being. And she directed Wayne's World, and I spent a couple weeks working on Wayne's World, and actually got to physically talk to her, and she was a director. And I saw there was a part there for a guitar player, and I went up to her because I stole a script, and I said, hey, I'd like to be in your movie Wayne's World here, and, you know, I'd really like to, you know, play the guitar part. And that's when she laughed like hell and said, you know, I like your attitude. I like your style. How'd you get that script? You're a clever guy. But my boyfriend, the Mercedes mechanic, cut the gig. So, nepotism, hey, that's Hollywood. That's life. That's America, I mean, but she was so cool to admit that she gave the bit to her boyfriend. Just, a bizarre world, living and working in Hollywood. You meet all these big celebrities, semi-celebrities, small celebrities, up-and-coming, going-out-the-window celebrities. And if you're decent and respectful and act like a human being, you can actually, talk to them. They know what it's like to be up there. They know what it's like to be down there. And if you're just, cool about it, they're very normal, like anybody else would be. But anyways, I guess my point is I've met all kinds of strange and bizarre people in Hollywood. I've got more crappy, shitty attitudes out here in the East Coast of nowhere man land than I ever did in Hollywood. I just think they're all a bunch of bullshitters. The few people I talk to about shooting stuff, they never call me back. They act all self-important, and they try to sell me a bunch of bullshit a million times worse than Hollywood people. I'm the kind of guy that was out there working my ass off, shooting, lighting, editing. I'm doing the directing, for Christ's sakes. And I get none of the spoils of it. I get a few $100, but you never see my name in print. And so I just get sick of people with attitudes that call themselves, I'm the director. But they don't do shit but sit behind a monitor and let everyone else do all the work. I spent time in L.A., many, many, many years, worked my ass off, and I got nothing to show for it. I'm an idiot. I'm a fool. That's not true. I got a lot of skill and talent that I learned and earned out there. So I've got it under my belt. Lots of things I never knew before that I now know. That's for working in the trenches for 12 years. So I'm going on my own. I'm shooting my own stuff for craigsrealtv.com. Stay tuned. Have fun. Stay out of trouble. Watch out for the law. And I'm going to end up going back to Hollywood with something good under my belt. Got to make movies. Got to make big-time movies. And I don't want to do it with people out in the East Coast. No, the East Coast. It ain't the place for me.
Ooh.